So that's just my personal kind of things that I would change going forward, or like if I was going to do it again, which typically you don't do it again. So if you're watching this and you haven't had a baby shower yet, just keep that in mind. Maybe it's something you want to do when that time comes for you. Welcome back. My name is Liz, and this is my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a little recap of my baby shower. That was super fun. Really enjoyed it. I think it was a really good overall experience, and I just want to kind of share some of the highlights, things that I really liked, and then the few things that I would go back and change if I could. Okay, so first things first, I had my baby shower when I was 29 weeks pregnant. So I was like 29 plus 4, 29 plus 4. When I had, no, sorry, it was 28 plus 4. I was in my 29th week. Something like that. Anyway, and I think that was like the perfect time to have the shower, because honestly, if I would have done it any later, I don't know if I could have handled like all the standing and walking around and being in heels. Obviously I didn't have to be in heels, but I chose to be because I liked the way that it looked with the dress that I chose. I'll show a picture of my outfit. Okay, so the timing I really liked. Our theme was like woodland critters, which was perfectly fitting for us because of, number one, where we live. We live in northern Wisconsin, very woodsy, very like outdoorsy. That's just kind of like our vibe and aesthetic, and then like also where we live, that's kind of the vibe and aesthetic, so definitely works. And then also that's kind of the theme we're going for with the nursery whenever we eventually have the nursery. So loved that. And then originally my idea was like that it would kind of be gender neutral because we want to have multiple kids. So I was hoping that with that we would get more gender neutral kind of gifts, and really people did an awesome job of like getting us things from the registry, so that was amazing. I'm super grateful for that. Next thing was the like location and kind of the planning part of it, and honestly I really didn't have to do much. I made the invitations because I really like doing that kind of stuff, and Canva's kind of like my area of expertise. So I just made the invitations and then kind of made the guest list because I wanted a mix of like all the sides of the family as well as my friends. So we just did one shower. I'm not having multiple showers. So that was kind of my responsibility, and then everything else was kind of done by my mom and my stepmom, or no, my mom, my stepmother-in-law, and my mother-in-law, and then my grandma. So they kind of all took care of the planning and making things happen, which was great. We had it at a location in my hometown that can accommodate a lot of people. It had a playground for the little kids that came. It had plenty of seating space. It had like kitchen facilities for like cleaning up. We didn't have to use a specific vendor or anything like that. Everything was very laid back, relaxed. We ended up having, I think it was 73 people, including all the little kids. So that was really awesome to see all my family and friends come together. And honestly, just the like seeing everyone there, that amount of gratitude, it just, I almost cried like saying thank you to everyone at the door, because it's such a crazy, amazing feeling, like all that love and support from everyone. So that was really cool. Definitely recommend, just inviting. I would recommend doing one shower and having all of your friends and family together in one space, because it really does feel like a huge show of love and support in that way. One thing that I would go back and change if I could, and obviously this isn't the end of the world, I'm not trying to say that I'm not grateful for having to do this or having done this, but I would have made it like an unwrapped shower. Opening all the presents at the shower was honestly like the hardest part and the most stressful, and I got so exhausted from it. My face got super flushed. Like, I just felt it was way more work than I anticipated. And honestly, it's just kind of awkward for me to sit there and like open a bunch of presents and, oh, thank you. And, like I'm super grateful, but like I would rather like spend that time talking with the guests and like catching up with people rather than sitting in front of them opening presents. And the other thing was like we did the shower on a Sunday afternoon. So some people had to leave early, which ended up being while I was opening gifts. So I missed saying goodbye to a lot of people at the shower. We did like an intermission, like halfway through opening the gifts, where I was able to like say goodbye to people and take some pictures, but I had really missed out on saying goodbye and getting to have good conversations with people. Other than just when they came into the venue, I was able to like greet them and say hi. So I really didn't get to have a lot of conversations beyond that initial like greeting conversation. So yeah, I would go back. If I could go back, I would just change that and I would do it unwrapped. And honestly, I would even encourage people to send the gifts like directly to my house instead of bringing them to the shower, because the shower was 3.5 hours away from where I live. So like, which is fine because it was in my hometown. But then I had to pack up everything into my car. And I even had my stepmother-in-law like pack up part of it in her truck. And there's still more stuff that I have to go back down to my mom's house to bring back at a different time. So I think like sending things directly to the person, it might seem impersonal, but I found that it was just so convenient, and honestly like it took a lot of the stress and work like off of me. And then I was able to just open all that at home and then organize it right away, which was really nice. So that's just my personal kind of things that I would change going forward, or like if I was going to do it again, which typically you don't do it again. So if you're watching this and you haven't had a baby shower yet, just keep that in mind. Maybe it's something you want to do when that time comes for you. Another thing I really liked about my shower was we did a cake and then cookies, and they were all like part of the theme. But I feel like cake is traditional, like super, and it was such a good cake. But not everyone wants like such a heavy dessert, so having the sugar cookies there too was just perfect, and they were so good. Cupcakes would be fine too, but I just feel like cookies are just easier grab and go kind of thing, so loved that. All the food was super great. It was super simple. I love that. I don't like overcomplicating things. My mom did an amazing job on bringing all of the things together, all the decorations and the theme. That was all great. And then my stepmother-in-law, she bought these like coloring book pages on Etsy, and this is something that I had asked for, and I really like that we did it. So she bought these coloring book page sets on Etsy, and then we had colored pencils and crayons at the shower for people to color in like all these different pages, and basically we're going to build our baby's first ABC books with those. So that I think that's really cool, and I would definitely recommend that, because like you really only have one shower typically, right? So even if you're like me and you want to have 4 kids, like 4 kids later, they're not going to have a shower, but I wanted something that all of my kids would be able to experience from everyone that went to this shower. So having that little piece of everyone in this ABC book, I think will be really cool. One other thing that I had picked out that I really wanted and I think is cool, I brought like a little cutout cardstocks and then some Sharpie markers, and I asked people to write like a motivational phrase or some sort of scripture or something, just to kind of help me get through like the hard days in motherhood and even in labor and delivery, like just whatever kind of motivates them to help me through those times. So I'm excited to read through those and keep those in a place where I can refer to them frequently. And then something that my mom did that I thought was really helpful as I'm going through and writing all my thank yous now. She brought the thank you card envelopes to the shower and had people address them at the shower, so that saves a lot of time not having to go through and address all the cards. Basically, I just had to do it for people that sent gifts and didn't attend the shower, and then people that forgot to address an envelope at the shower. So that made things a lot easier on me. So yeah, that's pretty much everything from the shower. Overall, it was a really great experience, and I'm just still so in awe of all the love and support from family and friends. It's just such an overwhelming gratitude feeling that so many people love us and care about us and already love and care about my baby. So yeah, very excited and very grateful. And there only ended up being a few things left on the registry that I had to purchase myself, so that was huge. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this little baby shower recap. Hopefully, if you haven't had your shower yet, it can help you with that when the time comes. And I hope you have a great rest of your day.